If your bubble gown has ever come out uneven, bulky, or just not sitting right, the problem might not be your sewing, it's just how you folded it or how you cut your Aso-Oke. In this video, I'm going to be showing you the correct way to fold, select and cut your Aso-Oke for a clean, professional bubble finishing. Stay tuned with me. I am Mrs. Dorcas Benjamin and I'm teaching you how to sew in a simple and a practical way. So in today's tutorial, I'll be showing you and how to fold it in a proper way to get a very clean bubble gown step by step. So if you enjoy watching this content like this, I will encourage you to click on the subscribe button now. So when you are in selecting your Aso-Oke fabric colors, some are thick and some are heavy, while others are lighter and softer. So when choosing Aso-Oke fabric for a bubble gown, what I will advise you do is that you check your color matching. If your main fabric is loud or has a bold pattern, go for a more softer Aso-Oke fabric, so everything can balance well. But if your fabric is plain or neutral, you can choose a richer Aso-Oke fabric to elevate the look. Take time to choose the right Aso-Oke. That will save you a lot of stress. Right now, I'll be explaining how to cut out your Aso-Oke fabric. Let's say you place your ruler in this form. You have to use your chalk and join it down. And then that line at the down, I want it to come out at the down of the V part of the Aso-Oke. So you place your ruler at the place you want it to be down. If you want the other part to be at the down, you place it at the other side. So when you draw your ruler in a slant way, let's say we write out A and B, what you have to do is to cut out the A part of the Aso-Oke fabric. When you cut it out, you have something of this nature. This V shape will come out, and the place you want at the down will be the way you place your ruler. So to give you something of this nature, you have the V part placed like this. So that is what you place on your fabric. So if you wish to stone it, you can stone it. Depending on what you want per time, you can stone it and you can decide to leave it like that. So right now, I'll be showing you how to fold your bubble gown properly. What you have to do, you have to fold it into 4. After you fold, you have to fold it into 4 and make sure that it's being equal at the all 4 edges. Everything is equal and everything is looking neat and everything is looking straight. So you fold it and make sure that everything is equal and okay. We'll be folding into 4 already. I already said that. Either you're making a skirt or a shirt or whatever, you have to fold it into 4 to get what you are doing. So this is the length. We're getting out the length right now of the person, and we're using length of 53. When taking out length of 53, you have to make it add 2 more inches. One of the inches is for the folding at the down, and the other part of the folding of the inches is for the shoulder parts. So we'll be folding it out into 4 this way. As you can see, we have 4. 1, 2, 3, and then 4. So you fold it well before you cut out your fabric. So we're having 54 inch. We're taking out 55 inch from the shoulder measurement down to the ankle bone is 55. The person's measurement is 53, but we're adding more 2 inches to get out 55. So I'll be cutting it out right sharply. So cut it out very quick. I've cut it out, and when cutting, make sure that it is very straight. It is very straight. So this particular part is the shoulder part of the cloth. We'll cut it out so that we can place out the zip line. We have to cut it out straight so that we can place out the zip line. When cutting, make sure that you are cutting it very straight and everything is equal. One is not more than the other. We'll be taking off, we'll be shifting one of the fabric backwards so we can have space for our zipper line. This is how to get your zipper line. You leave out 1.5 inch for the zipper line to have that. That's where you place your zip. So these are 4 different fabrics. That is the 4 we've folded into 4, and then we'll now leave 1.5 inch for the 1.5 inch for the zipper line. Then you draw out your chalk. Draw out your chalk neatly so that you'll be able to know where you kept for your zipper line. Then you open it out, you slit it because that place is folded. You have to open it because that is where you are placing your zip. You have to open it down all through. So right now we'll be taking out our measurement for the person. So the person's shoulder is 15 inches, and when considering taking out his shoulder measurement, you take from one collarbone to the other. That's how you get your measurement for your shoulder. So you divide it into 2. We have 50 and 14. 14 divided by 2, we're having 7. And this bubble gown, you can make it in 2 ways. You can cut it directly, and you can add the measurement of your sleeve. So I'll be taking out the measurement of the shoulder, and then the armhole measurement. You take out the armhole measurement of the same measurement you use for your shoulder, you use it for your armhole measurement. That is your shoulder measurement divided by 2, you get your armhole measurement. That is the same way you get your shoulder measurement, you divide it by 2. So right now we'll be taking out the neck measurement. We take out the neck measurements. For an average person, you can use a measurement of 6. That is if you want it to be V shape. You can have different shapes of your neckline for your Aso-Oke, but since you are using Aso-Oke, I think that V is preferable because that is how we folded the Aso-Oke, and we want to place it in that manner. So you just put your ruler in a slant way, and then you take out 5 to 6 inches downwards, 3 inches by the side. Then you map out your armhole measurements. Make sure you do that very straight and very clean. You mark it out very straight. After you mark it out straight downward, then you mark it out the other part. Then you curve your hand, joining the both lines together. Next we'll be talking about is how to get our bust measurement. When getting out your bust measurement, you have to measure out your bust point, which is 10 inches. Bust point is from your shoulder down to your nipple point. That is your bust point. So for this person, we're using 10 inch. Then we take out the bust measurements. We're having 36 inches, and we're dividing it into 4, which is 36 divided by 4. We're having, which is 9 inches. And then you add out like 2 inches or 2 to 3 inches so that the gown can be free. Then you can draw out your line. 1 inch is for the freeness of the gown, while the other one is for the allowance of the cloth. So we'll have our 9 inch, and then we're adding, let's say, 1 to 1.5 inches for the freeness of the cloth, and then we'll add another 1.5 inch for the cloth allowance, and then you mark it out over there. Then you take out your half cut from your shoulder point down to under bust, where your under bust is. That's where you place and get out your waist measurement. That is the roundness immediately under your bust. We are having 27 inch over there. Then we'll be dividing it also into 4, depending on how the person wants the gown. If the person wants it to be fitted, you have to take out the measurement and then add 1 inches round. But if the person wants it to be free, You can just add 3 inches all over and then make it sew it down straight. So you connect your bust point with your waistline. And next thing we'll be taking out is our hip measurement. Our hip measurement, you measure from your shoulder down to the hip point and you draw the line, and then you can divide your measurement also into 4. After you divide it into 4, for this person we have hip measurement of 36. 36 divided by 4 is still 9. Then we'll connect it. We have 9. We'll add extra 1 inch, and then 1 inch also for the allowance, 1.5 inch also for the allowance. So you mark it and connect it all through. And when you are doing this, please, when folding, you have to make sure that you are not wasting the material. We want this particular pattern to be at the middle of the dress. That is why we fold it out in this way. We want this particular design to be at the middle. So you cut out your armhole and then you cut it all out, all through, including your neckline. And don't forget about your zipper allowance. So we're cutting out the fabric first. When cutting out the back, you use the front, the V neck, the front to get out the back. You just cut it out a little bit slant. That is depending on how you want the back of the shirt to be. If you want it to be down more than this, you can just add more 5 inches downward and cut it off half. But this is the upper part of the cloth. We want the back of the cloth to be up, so we'll be cutting it out fastly. So after cutting, this is what we get. This is what we'll get. We'll have a look like of this nature. Have a look of this nature. This is the back view. We'll be joining the sewing it downwards before adding our zip line. After you join it downward, before you can add up your zip line. When you sew it downward, you'll be having an opening there over there, and then you fix your I'm making a video on that, how to join it. Please do well to subscribe. Click on the subscribe button so as to get notification of all our videos and the new video that will be coming out soon on how to stitch this fabric. So this is where you place out your Aso-Oke fabric. You just place it over there. You have to place it in such a way that it will sit down properly. So don't forget the way I show you how to fold it. And then after folding and cutting it out, you place it on the Aso-Oke fabric. So we are done with today's tutorials. At this point, we are done with today's tutorials. In my next video, I'll be showing you how to cut the pockets and how to cut your sleeve. If you find this video helpful, please like, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Just click on the subscribe button and share this video. Please stay tuned for more videos on this channel. Thank you for watching, and I'll be glad to see you in my next video.